So we're going to talk about the South Carolina Computer Science and Digital Literacy Standards in general. So we're going to talk about why they exist, who created them and how, and then we're going to talk about their impact on both individuals and society. So in response to a growing need for computer science jobs, we have instituted these standards to help teachers teach to fill those jobs. And so we see that this recent push for STEM jobs is being met by these grads. The grads exceed the number of jobs available, whereas in the computing field, you see that the jobs well exceed the number of grads. And so South Carolina kind of saw this as a need to fill those jobs and that kind of thing. And this is another graphic that shows you how many jobs are available that aren't being filled right now. And it's an economic opportunity, it's an academic opportunity, and South Carolina is looking to fill that. And so it was developed by a diverse group of educators, administrators, parents, and students, as it says in every standard. And they developed these standards, and then they released them in November of 2016. They then collected data and feedback on the standards, and as of today, those revisions continue based on the feedback they have received. And the standards they tell us what knowledge to give to our students about computer science and how to teach that. And it also gives us outlines of how to get from step A to step B within that learning and how to engage with those standards. So it gives specific examples, which is very helpful. And the key concepts it outlines are those listed there. The ones we'll be talking about today are digital literacy and computer systems. And this is a profile of South Carolina graduates, which you see in any set of standards that South Carolina puts out. And we see that the STEM and the technology is in there. And so now we are meeting those requirements and expectations of a South Carolina graduate by instituting these standards and upping our expectations. So we're going to take a look at the importance first from society, then from country, state, and student perspectives. So this article puts forth, Rambussen College in 2015 puts forth an article that proposes these 6 ways that computer technology and education benefits society, and it says it solves problems and improves solutions. So we use technology to not only get to the solution of the problem faster, but also to improve those solutions, so not the solutions are better as well. And we protect people internationally and organizations internationally using technology and computer science. What we'll be focusing on is that furthering of education. It improves communication, just thinking about how communication has changed in the last 200 years, mostly due to technology and computer science. And we see that society benefits philanthropically, which is kind of a holistic viewpoint. And it says that it positively impacts every area of society, this article claims. And so we can use those same 6 characteristics to look at how technology has benefited everyone. So from the country perspective, it's the same thing. So we're solving problems within our nation, we're protecting our own people, we're furthering education in a national sense, improving communication within our own borders, and then the philanthropic point of view, again, stands within the state. We see, again, those same 6 standards. So how are we using these standards to solve problems, which maybe would be something like the corridor of shame that needs to be solved? Perhaps computer science is the answer. It's definitely furthering education in the state and positively impacting just about every area of society by improving communication, education, protecting people and their rights. And then for the student, we are communicating to them how to be successful in today's society. And so we are giving them the tools to solve the problems and improve their own solutions. Not only can they learn to use the internet safely for themselves by protecting themselves, but also the people and organizations that they work for in the future. We see that STEM degrees are very valuable in today's society, and that learning to use technology to communicate is a very valuable thing. So we see, again, those same benefits being applicable throughout every level of society. So that's what the standards are and what they do and why they exist.